Short-term versus long-term egoism. Understanding self-interest. Welcome to today's session on egoism and self-interest. Our focus will be on understanding how the time frame of our self-interest, whether short-term or long-term, shapes our choices and their consequences. This topic is central to ethical decision-making, both in personal life and in broader societal contexts. The two faces of self-interest. Let's begin by distinguishing between short-term and long-term egoism. Short-term egoism. This approach focuses on immediate benefits and gratification. It prioritizes present desires over future consequences and often leads to impulsive decision-making. Long-term egoism. In contrast, long-term egoism considers distant future benefits and outcomes. It weighs present actions against future impacts and promotes strategic, sustainable thinking. Academic cheating dilemma. Let's apply these concepts to a familiar scenario: academic cheating. Temptation phase. Imagine a student under pressure to earn good grades. Cheating offers a quick result with minimal effort. Decision point. From a short-term perspective, cheating means a higher grade without studying. The long-term view, however, recognizes the risk to academic integrity. Consequences. If caught, the student faces serious penalties. Even if undetected, their skills development is compromised. Learning opportunity. Experiencing consequences can shift future decisions. Over time, long-term egoism, valuing integrity and learning, becomes a more attractive strategy. Corporate America's time frame problem. Let's look at the business world. Quarterly focus. Many CEOs prioritize short-term stock prices and profits. Brief tenures. Executives rarely stay long enough to face the long-term consequences of their decisions. Company health. This short-term focus often sacrifices long-term stability, ultimately harming shareholders and other stakeholders. Natural resource management. Consider the management of natural resources. Resource extraction. Aggressive harvesting yields quick profits. Long-term damage. Future generations inherit depleted resources and environmental harm. Short-term gains. Immediate economic benefits flow to stakeholders. Resource depletion. Overexploitation leads to diminishing returns, illustrating the dangers of short-term egoism. Relationships through an egoistic lens. How does egoism play out in personal relationships? Short-term relationship view. Taking without giving brings immediate benefits, but partners soon perceive this as selfish and exploitative. Long-term relationship view. Mutual consideration builds lasting trust. Investing in others often returns as support when needed. Finding balance. Healthy relationships require give and take. Our own long-term happiness depends on the well-being of others. Case study: the ultimatum game. Let's examine the ultimatum game, a classic experiment in behavioral economics. Long-term success. Fair offers build reputation and future cooperation. Fairness perception. People frequently reject unfair deals, even at personal cost. Short-term temptation. Offering the minimum maximizes immediate gain, but often fails. This game demonstrates that short-term egoism can backfire. Even strangers expect consideration, mirroring real-world scenarios where purely self-interested actions are rejected. Key takeaways for ethical decision-making. Expand your time frame. Consider how today's choices affect your future self. Short-term thinking often creates long-term problems. Examine consequences. Evaluate how your actions impact others and relationships. Reputation damage can outlast immediate benefits. Practice enlightened self-interest. Recognize that your well-being is connected to the health of your community. True self-interest includes maintaining social bonds. Apply consistent standards. Use the same ethical framework across decisions. This builds integrity and simplifies moral choices. Conclusion. Balancing short-term and long-term self-interest is essential for ethical decision-making. By expanding our time frame, examining consequences, and practicing enlightened self-interest, we can make choices that benefit both ourselves and those around us.